Hello, hello. It's go time. Welcome to our live. Thank you for joining us tonight. If we haven't met yet, my name is Eunice. I'm a nurse practitioner, and together with my husband, Peter, who is.
I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist.
And thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight, we're going to do something a little bit different. And we wanted to talk about who we are, why we started this business, and the challenges that we've faced along the way. And so join us tonight because this is something a little bit more personal, because you're gonna find out really who we are. And so yeah, we want to share with you a slide. Actually, let me see. I think I can do that. Add this stage. There we go. So again, we wanted to talk to you guys about who we are and why we do what we do. And I hope you guys enjoy this go live so that you can get to know us more. Peter Stern.
Hey guys, thanks for watching and checking and logging in and watching us. I really appreciate that. We're looking forward to sharing about a little bit about who we are. We're just an average family, a normal family, and obviously my name is Peter. I was born and raised in California, and essentially grew up in California. So I understand the hardships and the difficult times, that we can have and potentially experience as far as finances go and all that. Hobbies. I really enjoy. I mean, I grew up playing soccer. I've been playing since I was 13, and I've been drumming too. I claim to be a musician. What does that mean? No idea. I don't do that professionally, that's for sure. So I will say the hobbies I love is drumming, and then playing music, and then playing soccer, and also just hanging out with my family, hanging out with my kids. So as far as my family background goes, I grew up in a Chinese home, and I am American born, Chinese. So within my Chinese home, there's we didn't have a whole lot growing up. I didn't have opportunities where we go shopping for clothing for school and stuff like that. That I got all the updated trends, new things, and or anything like that. I basically essentially had whatever my mom actually was able to sew together, and put together, and whatever was discounted or even taken at a discounted rate at a cheap cost clothing wise. So I went to school, I mean, clothed, of course, but it wasn't the trendy type of clothing that everybody else, all the other kids around my school had. I couldn't compare myself. I couldn't, compare myself with them in a sense. Hi, PB.
Hi, PB.
Thanks for watching. Okay, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm flattered. I'm blushing right now because PB called me a handsome man, so I appreciate that.
Hey guys, comment and comment and let us know where you're from and where you're watching from.
Yeah, we appreciate that. It's nice.
Thanks, BB.
Thanks, BB. So yeah, I grew up in a family like that, and I have a younger sibling, and a little sister, and it just, we didn't have much. We didn't travel much. The furthest I've ever traveled as far as like across state line was Nevada, Reno. That's it. Anything further than that never happened. And San Francisco is an area where it's not cross state, but it's a different city. But we did a lot of traveling to that area. Well, that's all the traveling I had growing up as a family. And I didn't know what I wanted to do as a career, but then I fell in love with mental health, and I really enjoyed learning about mental health and understanding what mental health is and how to help people in the process of achieving goals or just getting better, having a better life. So that's what made me become the profession that I am today as a licensed marriage and family therapist. Um, it sounds like, yeah, I only work with couples, but I don't. I work with individuals, and I also enjoy working with teens. So, um, what was that, PB?
Modern fan.
You're hilarious. Love it, PB. Love it. So yeah, I have to say I enjoy the profession that I work. I do, and what I do, and I don't see myself ever stopping. Although I do see myself eventually retiring. But that's me. That's a little bit about me and my humble beginnings, I guess you can say, where I didn't have much, and achieved where I am today. So I appreciate what life has given me.
So I've never thought I think I wanted to actually share how proud I am of Peter because we met, how long ago was that? 2006. And I've seen how God has worked in his life, and I'm very proud that the man he actually has become. Up there's a lot of ups and downs with life, as we all know. As we were saying, is we didn't come from a perfect background, and we, just like many of you, we went through a lot of challenges in life as well. But I am very proud, very, very proud of him. And really is, he's worked hard to become a licensed marriage and family therapist. And he really has worked hard in himself also, and really become the man that God has created him to be. Um, and not just that, as also as a husband and as a father. So very proud.
Thank you.
I guess it's my turn. Do you want to say anything else?
No,
Okay.
no, not yet.
Okay. Let's see. Oops, wait. All right. Well, I'm Eunice. I was born and raised in the Philippines. I migrated here in the US back in 2001. I also finished a nursing, my nursing degree in the Philippines, and I worked as a nurse about for about 5 years. And then I went back to school to become a nurse practitioner. And I'm talking about my profession as a nurse practitioner. I'm jumping ahead. Um, and life in the Philippines was really tough. And most of you who actually know our background and our family back in the Philippines, I know I have a lot of friends in my personal account who have known me as a kid. And just like Peter, we grew up with very little. And remember, growing up where uh, just like I remember wearing clothes that didn't fit me anymore, and also like shoes that didn't fit me anymore. And I'm considered kind of tall for Filipino, for Asian. And so I remember wearing shoes that, again, it just really hurt my feet. And the time that we're able to actually have new clothes, and actually even food wise, was only on like Christmas, or if like there's a like graduation awards and things like that in school. um so I'm really thankful, really is where I am now, as as what God has given me and the family that I have, my husband. As far as hobbies, I like being outdoors. I like working out. I like spending time with our family, and then travel with our family, with our kids who are, we like to explore and do, different things together. And I think I talk about my family background. I do have a sister who is also here in California. I have a brother who is in the Philippines. He's an engineer. My sister is also a nurse, and again, she's here in California. And as profession as a nurse practitioner, I've been an NP for 15 years. I love what I do as an NP. I and I would love to actually continue doing it, as just like Peter. I would love to have the opportunity to retire early, if there is an opportunity for that. Um, Although retirement is probably going to be hard for us, being that we work so hard with our, where we're at as far as our profession, and we really love what we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and with Eunice, I mean, she shared how amazing I was, but she was Eunice in turn is also amazing. I mean, she came from a different country, and definitely English was not her first language, but she was able to adapt to the culture that we have here in the U.S. and she adapt to the language, and not only that, she worked really hard. I remember her going for her nurse practitioner, her NP licensing and stuff. And I remember her working so hard just to get that. And there were nights where, and this is during the time where we actually had kids.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
gave birth to two beautiful daughters that we have, and it's like, and trying to get her certification as an NP. I'm just like, you got to be kidding. I've had people ask me, it's like, how do you guys do it? And the only phrasing I could come up with was, I don't know, we just did it.
Yes.
So I'm proud of her, Eunice, for who she is and how hard of a worker she is. So, with her being beside me, and encouraging me in a sense, has been a blessing in my life. So I'm just grateful for who Eunice is and how she has been my cheerleader in my life. So
Thank you,
thank
baby.
you.
Let's read what PB is
Oh,
saying. Oh my goodness, PB, thank you so much for watching and for all your support. What did you say? What did she say? She
she
said,
says a lot of stuff. It's awesome.
"Congratulations on your five-figure income from digital business, guys." Yes, thank you,
Thank
PB.
you.
So and Josh are actually our coaches, and we're gonna talk about
Yeah,
them
we'll get
actually
there.
later on, because we're gonna talk about how we started this business and who introduced this business to us. And PB and Josh are really amazing. They're not just our 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 coaches and mentors, but they're also our really good friends. I'm super proud of you. Bless your heart, Eunice. Now you two are building a family legacy and bright future for your daughters. Yep. And yep, yes, guys, check out this online business. This business helps me retire. Oh, we will talk about that. Life transformed. Yep, best Christmas you will ever give and your family for generations to come. Thanks, Phoebe. Yep,
Yeah,
I
thank you,
agree
PB.
with all of your comments. All
Yeah.
right,
So
let's
move
see.
on to the next slide. I mean, just a little bit about our family, right? Eunice and I've been married for a good 15 years.
Mhm.
Two beautiful daughters. And we do have family values, our faith and integrity and honesty, and just our gratitude, being grateful, really for everything that was given to us. We've earned some of it, but we wouldn't be able to earn it with if we didn't have our health. So we're just grateful for everything that was provided for us. And as far as when we talk about our faith, we are Christians. We are believers. We do follow Christ. And are we perfect beings? No, we're not. But yet we do our best, and we instilled these values into our two daughters, and
Yep.
we love them dearly, and of course, and but yet we want them to have that faith. We want them to be have integrity, and be honest, and be also grateful for things that was given to them. So that's just, I mean, a little bit about us, and coming up, and Eunice and I coming from a background of not having a whole lot to where we are today. We want to provide everything we can for our kids,
Mhm.
but understanding that it's a lot of work to get there.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
All right,
What's the next
moving
slide?
on. I think we have our pain points. We want to talk to you guys about why we started this business, and prior to having this business, we were juggling our demanding careers. As you know, being both of us in healthcare, mental health, there's a lot of demands in our career, and between that and raising kids, right? We wanted to make sure that we are able to spend time with our kids, and it can be pretty tough, right? There are times when, specifically, moments when I wish that I am more home with my kids, because, especially when they're sick, I leave. them at home, and then I go to the hospital or in the clinic where I take care of sick people. And
Mhm.
so it does make me feel guilty that I do that. However, I know it is part of the job and what I signed up for. But I know, most of you who are parents and who are, moms and dads, you can relate to this, how hard it is, how heartbreaking it is when you're not able to be there for your kids.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
on top of that, just missing the milestones, right? With my, I mean, it just, I still remember the day that, um, my one of my kids asked if I was going to be able to take them to their soccer practice,
Mhm.
and I unfortunately had to tell her, it's like, I'm working and I'm not able to, and I wish I could. And just seeing the look on their face really broke my heart. And yes, my line of work, I can create my own schedule. I can juggle it around and be
Mhm.
able to do that. But what would it be like to be able to have that availability to be able to do those things with my kids and not worry about juggling work,
Mhm.
and juggling the demands of my job and stuff like that, and scheduling clients and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pain points, and I know you all have your own pain points that you're
Mhm.
experiencing and going through, and I want to tell you guys, so do we, and we're finding a way through it.
Mhm. So we're going to go on to the next slide. And so we want to talk about why we started this online business. And one thing that I always mention is even if Peter and I make good money, it's always good to have an extra stream of income. You'll never know in case of emergency, where one of us can't work or things like that. It's always good to have that extra stream of income, a source of income, should I say, that and it's also something that this business is online, so we can be home and we're earning extra income from home, which is amazing. We're not tied to a location just like our jobs, right?
Mhm, mhm,
So, and another thing is, as Peter mentioned earlier, is coming from humble beginnings, is it is our actually our drive to provide a better future for our children. We wanted, and even if all those hardship that we went through growing up shape us to who we are today. um, you know Having providing a different life for our children is really something that we wanted to give to them.
mhm, mhm.
You want to.
Yeah, and I mean, another thing is, like, as you know, what we do is our profession is we're health providers, right? We provide services for people who are either ill physically or struggling mentally or emotionally. And and we do that because we want to be generous with our time, because we love it. We have a passion to help others, and that's where we serve through our generosity. Yeah, I mean, having money it's a great thing that provides the support that we need, the financial needs that we need and stuff like that. But at the same time, um what we do is, as far as work goes, like, when we're not paying these people giving them money to help them feel better, we're actually involved in their journey of seeking of getting health and getting help.
Mhm.
So um, we want to be able to do more of that if we can, as far as continue to do that more, but also be able to be generous to our church,
Mhm.
and to be generous to families and friends that are in need. And hopefully that's the other part of the generosity, is like we want to bless others with this opportunity, with this online business, because this has been a blessing for us, and it's a blessing for many of our business partners that are around the world globally. This business, people, are is global. It's all around the world. It's everywhere. Um, we've even connected with people. I recall the last guy we connected with is from New Zealand. I
Yep.
mean, what are the chances?
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Yeah. And then also looking at the option of retiring early. Yeah. Everybody wants to retire. I would hope you guys do too. Um,
Yep.
we want to retire, but yet we love our careers. But can you imagine retiring early and even though we love our careers, but having that opportunity to spend that time with our family, with our kids, and build up those relationships that we with our kids, so that
Mhm.
when they are able to experience what life looks like, they know that their mom and dad has always been there for them.
Mhm.
Not saying you guys aren't, but just imagine the opportunity to be able to spend more time with them. All right.
Mhm.
And then, of course, building generational wealth. I mean, believe it or not, this business is definitely generational wealth. And when I mean generational wealth, think about generational, right? It starts with you. It starts with us.
Mhm.
And then we can take this business, this online business, and pass it down to our kids.
Mhm.
Essentially, we basically take this business and give it to them, and then they take over,
Mhm.
and then they continue building on generational wealth, because this business will not only go to our kids, it will go to our grandkids, our great grandkids, and our great great grandkids. That's a lot of greats already. I'm feeling really old when I say that, but just the thought of my family, my kids down the line are all going to be taken care of with this online business.
Mhm.
Imagine that.
Yeah. So we wanted to share with you how we started and also our success story. So as PB and Josh, they are again our friends. Who, PB. I mean, Josh has known Peter for they've known each other since they're
Oh,
like 6, 7 years old.
Josh, yeah. Essentially, Josh and I have known each other for almost 40 plus years. We grew up together.
Yeah.
So seeing Josh doing the business that they're doing right now, this online business, as well as what we're doing, seeing him doing that and finding out that he were doing, we were curious. We are like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, so
And
basically, like seeing all of their posts, their checks. This was about a year ago. When we were like, we became curious. What are they doing? What are these checks that they are showing people?
yeah, yeah, and just think,
And
this is my best friend Josh. This is my buddy. We go way back, right? And when I asked him about it about a year ago, I was like, "What are you guys doing?" He wouldn't tell me. So guess what, guys? I'm telling you right now. Okay, I'm telling you guys right now. He wouldn't tell me, but I'm telling you guys right now. This is the greatest opportunity that you could have. Okay. Um, so when he finally told us, and that was when we met up with them in Florida, and at Disney World, sat down for lunch, and he essentially said, "Okay, so you really want to know what we're doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, we do." And they told us everything about this business, exactly what we're telling you right now: the
Mhm.
opportunities, the legacy that you can build, the early retirement that you could have.
And yeah, and by the way, PB, she is a retired Stanford nurse for 15 years. She worked as a nurse for 15 years. And imagine her, leaving that career that she loved as well.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
45, at the age
At
of 45,
45, yes, at
she
age.
retired from nursing. I mean,
It's
unreal.
definitely possible, guys. It
Yeah.
really is. There's no joke. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, at 45, being a nurse, you can't. Even if a nurse makes really good money, you cannot retire at 45 as a nurse. Okay,
Mhm.
a lot of my friends who are nurses, we all know that, and the stress of being a nurse. PB has gone through all that. She was a hardworking nurse, working 2 to 3 jobs in pediatric ICU. I could not even imagine the stress that she actually went through, and that is why when she started this business and being in it for about five months, and their goal was to retire her for 5 year in five
In
years
5 years.
but she retired within 5 months. That's just really amazing. I mean, you guys need to see this business for yourself. And you may be saying, oh, this is another scam. Do you think that me and Peter will scam you?
Oh, believe me. I mean, I've been through different, different types of businesses and stuff like that, or trying to do different businesses. And I've seen some that are scammy. But this is definitely not it. This is 100% legit. I mean,
And
we pay taxes.
yeah, and
So
and honestly, we will not risk our profession in doing
no,
this
no.
business. Absolutely not.
But part of this job too, part of this opportunity for this online digital business is, it's not that you just come in and just start doing it, there's a learning act, there's a
Hmm.
learning curve to this. We're still learning it. We're learning about the ins and outs of entrepreneurship. Yes, I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I do have my own private practice. I am essentially an entrepreneur, but I had to learn how to do some of
Hmm.
that stuff. And this program that with this online digital business is so it teaches you everything you need to know, the ins and outs of what entrepreneurship, and you can take
Hmm.
that and transition it into what I'm doing right now as
Hmm.
a private practice therapist. So it in a sense that also helped me with my personal growth because I started
Hmm.
learning more about myself. I started learning more about like how to do a business, how to be an entrepreneur.
And really is like just going live like this. Both Peter and I, we're not social media people. And if you probably noticed that before our business, you barely see us on social media. And here we are telling the world about this amazing business.
Yeah.
So that's part of the personal growth that we really gained from this.
Yeah. And then
Um,
another thing too, it's like the friends that we gain.
mhm.
Like I said, this business is global. And we met someone in New Zealand. Now I can say I have a friend in New Zealand. I have a friend in Mexico. I have a
Mhm.
friend in Great Britain. I I have friends in the Philippines. I have
Australia,
Australia,
yep. Canada,
Vietnam.
actually,
Yeah, Vietnam, Canada. I mean,
Philippines.
all
Hmm.
over the world. We have friends now, and we may not see each other personally, but we see each other online. We connect with each other, and when we get a chance to visit, I know I can call or reach out to those friends and be able to hang out and know that we're friends
Yeah.
because that's how it works, right? And the other thing about the blessing in this business is it provides an actual income. I mean,
Yeah.
so far we've earned like 4 to 5 figures every month, and that's no joke. And that's all paid taxes too, so it's legit. We get checks, um, and and we deposit them in the bank. We do.
Yes.
So
And we're not saying that this business is like, oh yeah, you just go and then you get rich, right? This is
no,
not it.
no.
Consider this when we consider this as a real business, and that is why we're getting results. So in the beginning, there's definitely some work that you need to get done, but really the heavy lifting kind of type of work is already done for you.
Mhm.
All you need to do is really just take action. um
Is that the next
yeah.
slide? I think that's the
Okay.
next slide. I was like,
Okay, let me see. There you go. And how we make it work.
yeah, there you go. Obviously, we work as a team.
Yep.
We mentioned about PB and Josh, how they're not only our coaches, but they're also our mentors and friends um, before the business, but also friends during this business. We've also made more friends, and we're all a team. We work together. We encourage each other. We help each other out when we get stuck. Um, if you're worried about, you know, joining this business and then not communicating with anybody, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Someone will be reaching out to you, someone will connect with you, and if you reach out to someone, someone will answer your question.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's not just the same person answering that question because there's multiple team business partners out there that are in this business all in different levels, and they are very knowledgeable of this business, and we teach each other, we help each other. um, and it also, like, when you're on the team, just like any team you think about, as far as a sport goes, the tasks are all divided according to their strengths. I mean, um, if you think about basketball, right, there's 5 positions on a basketball team. All 5 positions have different strengths. You think of a football team, whether it be American football or football, right, soccer, everybody has a strength. So we're a team. We all have our own strengths.
Mhm.
Um,
And then this one is also really designed for busy parents and professionals. And I can tell you, Peter and I are very busy. We have 2 kids who have a ton of activities. During the week, we don't have time. But because this system is a proven system, we have automated system. You really have to put in like at least 1 to 2 hours a day, and there would even be come to a point where it's more passive when you don't really have to do anything, and
Hmm.
it will continue to create income for you. Okay.
Hmm.
And then also, how are you going to make it work? It really is a time management. And treat this as your own, as a business, and take action and show up for your business every single day. There is no reason why you cannot succeed with this business. If me and Peter can do it, being like, we're not tech savvy, we don't have all that special skills, but we are making 4 to 5 figures income every month. So there's even like grandmas there that are actually doing this business
Yeah.
from like really young. How old was that like 19, 20?
Hmm. 20, about
Yeah.
20. Yeah.
And then to like really already retired, they're doing this business. So if you are um in between that age, you can do this too.
Yeah, and then just a little bit on time management. I mean, you
Mhm.
talk about like you may think, oh, I'm not gonna have time. Put in out 1 to 2 hours a day. I mean, we have that. Um, I spend almost 4 or 5 hours in my private practice office, and 1 or 2 hours a day and doing this. I mean, I'd honestly rather be doing this. Uh, so it's just time management, right?
So we want to talk about our challenges and how we overcome them. Um, and as we mentioned earlier, oops, sorry, that we have no business background, right? But with this business, they teach us everything that we need to do, we need to learn to be able to succeed with this business. So even if you don't have business background, you can do this too. And then, as you know, owning a business has its own ups and downs. Okay. But what's important about this business really is the positive mindset. If you have the positive mindset, you are determined to succeed, you're hardworking, there's no reason why you won't succeed.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, and we're definitely not social media people. I'll be honest with you with that, right?
Yeah.
I don't like being on social media, but I'm doing it now. I got out of my comfort zone, and we all have our comfort zone, and sometimes we just have to get out of our own way and just get it done. We're definitely not tech savvy, trust me. Josh and PB definitely knows that we're not tech savvy because they've received a lot of messages from us, like, how do you do this? How you
Yep.
Let's put it this way. The closest thing for me as being tech savvy is I open my laptop and push the power button. That's all I can do, right? We and also we don't think, so at the beginning we didn't think we are gonna have time for this, but once you get going, I mean, it's amazing. You find that you do have time,
Yeah.
and it's not that much time that you have to put into it. I mean, unless you want to put that much time into it, it's really up to you.
Yeah, and you build your business on your own pace without really like a pressure of like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. There's no pressure. You build your own business on your own pace.
Yeah.
And then when we think about that we didn't have enough time, I realized one thing. When you want to achieve something, you'll do anything to succeed. And however, if you have 15 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day,
Yeah.
you will do anything to succeed,
Yeah.
right?
And I thank you for Eunice just mentioned that, because it just triggered my mind as far as like she mentioned mindset.
Mhm.
That's so important because when you think about it, if your mindset is thinking of I can't do it, you're not going to.
Mhm.
The mindset we have to have is I can and I will. And believe it or not, once you have that mindset to get to do that, you'll drive yourself to do it. You'll get there, and you just have to keep having that mindset, and don't let anybody change that mindset of yours, because it's yours. It's your mindset.
Mhm. All right. So our vision for the future, we're in this forever.
Well, yeah, and this is
Yes.
this is our mindset. This is what's
Yes.
driving us too.
Yeah.
is fully. I mean, can you imagine? We have two kids. I mean, some of you may have more than that. Imagine the college education and what it costs to get these kids into college nowadays. You know, we can fully fund our kids in their college education with this business,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's possible. It's doable. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we can pay off our mortgage with
Mm-hmm.
this business. It's
Yeah.
doable. Definitely early retirement. I mean, PB, our coach and mentor, she retired at the age of 45 from her nursing career. 45. I don't mind sharing too. I'm 50 and I'm still working. And eventually I'm going to retire soon.
Hmm.
But can you imagine if we could have, if I could have retired at 45? I wouldn't even know what to do with myself, right? And the other thing, the biggest thing too, is like we want to give back to our community. We want to support our church ministries. We want to help the underprivileged, and support them in the process. I mean, there are people out there that struggle, and we just want to be available to give them that support or help in what we can.
Hmm.
Um,
And a lot of this also is we wanted to create more family time. We want to travel more. Our kids wanted to do and see places, and this is something that we didn't have growing up, as we shared earlier. And we also want to continue to have families start their own business and see others succeed. This is not just something like, hey, yeah, come and join us, have this business, and then bye. No, we don't do that because we genuinely wanted to help people. This is not just something about our success. Our success is also part of our success is seeing other people succeed in this business.
mhm, mhm.
Um, so yeah. Okay, that's gonna be our next slide.
Yeah, so this is our final slide, and we want to thank everyone that was signed in to logged on to watch. We really appreciate you
Yes.
all. We love you all. We want to see success for all of you. So I mean, you heard our story. You see where we came from. We're just average
Mhm.
normal people, from growing up from coming from humble beginnings, and we jumped on this and we're doing this now. So what's stopping you guys? What's holding you guys back? uh, you know Reach out to us if you have any questions. You see our website there,
Mhm.
www.peteandeunice.com. Go to check out our website, and click the button that says learn more if you want to know more.
Mhm.
It's there. It's an opportunity for you guys. That's why we're doing this. We're sharing this opportunity for you all. Because we love you guys.
Yeah, and then again, thank you so much for tuning in with us. Thank you for all of you who are following us. I know there's many of you have been following our post, liking our post, and thank you for all your support for our friends and family who are just there. Um, and yeah, so again, just like what Peter said, is don't hesitate to message us. Really, the only thing that you need to do is just reach out, and from there on, we're not going to force you. We're not going to chase you, really,
Hmm.
because this is your business. This is if when we introduce this business to you and you're like, no, I'm not doing this. Okay. Well, we're not going to force you to do anything that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to conclude, guys. And, again, reach out if you have any questions. And do you have any final? Yes.
Yeah. No,
I,
I mean, other than that, this is a great opportunity for you. What's stopping
yeah.
you?
Yes.
All right.
And as always, and we always say this, as always, God bless you as you
Yes.
follow your dreams. Good night,
Good
guys.
night, guys. Love
Bye.
ya.